Hello, Knoxville College family and friends. My name is Dr. Lindsey. I'm the interim president of Knoxville College. And today we would have been celebrating our 2020 commencement. We would have been honoring our golden graduates from the class of 1970, as well as recognizing our one graduate who has gone through his academic rigor, and we were prepared to grant him with his degree. Unfortunately, due to the COVID-19 virus, we had to postpone that graduation. But I do want to let you know we will be honoring that graduate at a later date, as well as honoring our golden grad class of 1970. So as we think about this address, I think about the journey of Knoxville College, the journey of where we have gone over the past 2.5 years to start from nothing to where we have grown. And so it is because of you, it is because of your support. And we often ask, what is it about Knoxville College? What is it about the state of our HBCUs that often have us have a conversation about its relevancy, about its integral focal point in our society? And so instead of a commencement address, we're going to tell you a story. And I remember a long time ago when I was about to attend my HBCU, Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. You know, I had no idea about the concept of HBCUs. I had no concept of even college because my mom was a high school graduate. My father did not graduate, from high school. But all I knew was that my mom impressed the focus of education on me. And so with my one bag, I traveled, to Huntsville, Alabama, where my HBCU prepared me for where I sit right now. And so many of you often have those same stories. Many of you were often told, there is no future for you. There's not much that you can do. You'll never make it in this life. But it is because of the doors of Knoxville College that has made you a part of becoming successful. Without Knoxville College, where would you have been? Without Knoxville College, what would your career look like? Those are things that we cannot answer in hindsight. But we do know the power of Knoxville College. We understand the power of this living HBCU that is nestled in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. And so as we celebrate our 145th year, we are now focused on the future. We're looking at the transformative power of this institution. We're looking at the transformative restoration of this institution. We're looking at the transformative buy-in, the collective buy-in that must be done by all who claim to love this great institution. For 145 years, it has stood. It has stood as a beacon of light. Just like how the light shines on top of McKee Hall that you can see from miles around, so that light will continue to shine because we know it is a light that cannot be extinguished. And so now we are on a movement. We are moving towards KC at 150. And so now I'm asking all of you to come back home, and celebrate what we are accomplishing anew. The renovation projects that have begun, the rebuilding of this college is going to take some time. It is going to take resources. It is going to take energy. But it is going to happen, and it is happening even as I speak. And so today, I want you to come home. I want you to reach out to your fellow alumnus, people who you may not have heard from in years. Invite them back home to hear about the good news that is occurring at Knoxville College, to talk about the positive events that are occurring at Knoxville College. It is quite evident we'll always hear a lot of negative news. We'll always hear about what always is bad. Good news never travels fast. Bad news travels faster than what you could even sometimes not imagine. But good news often pours slow like molasses, but it sticks like honey. And so we want to make sure that this good news is spilled out to every alumnus, to every friend of Knoxville College, to know that we are on the way up. We have seen what has caused us to have those missteps. We fixed them. We have seen what has caused us to be in this situation, and we've rectified it. But we also put a plan in place to ensure that we do not repeat those past mistakes. And so with the vision that I have, and with the strategic plan that the college now has in place, we are now focused on the future. We're focused on our walk for accreditation. We're focused on rebuilding. We're focused on recruiting. We are totally refocused on our program. And so I want you to be encouraged that your alma mater is still working, is still breathing. The heartbeat is still there. The pulse is steady. But we want to make sure that it's just not steady. We want to make sure that it's strong. We want to make sure that it is a pulse that you don't even have to check for, that you know it is there. You are that heart. You are the lifeblood of this institution. You are the heart in this big engine that we call Knoxville College. And so this will go out, and we're going to put this on our social media platforms. We're going to put this out on our YouTube page. We want everyone to hear this message. It is a message of hope. It is an audacity of hope. Because sometimes you have to be willing to do things that people think are impossible in order to have the movement that you want to see. And so this campus is a campus that was created in the shadow of slavery. This is a campus that was here whose mission was to educate. It was a divine mission. And so we still hold on to this divine mission of education because we know to whom this school belongs. I am simply a steward, a trust, to believe that I can hold and endear the principles that have been placed in my care. And so as we move towards homecoming, which is actually coming up in less than 5 months, 6 months, we will be gathered here in Knoxville. And so I want to extend an invitation for you to come back and hear and see more about what your school is doing. Also, I'm going to do something different this year for homecoming. Homecoming will be a week. It's going to be a week long of activities focused on community outreach and then to welcome back our alumnus home. So this week long of activities is just rejuvenating the message of Knoxville College once again. For where you see a thriving and vibrant HBCU, you see a thriving and vibrant minority community. And so we are going back to reestablishing this institution as a thriving and vibrant one, because we want to make sure that this city and this county and this region knows that Knoxville College, though we may have hit hard times, yes, we may have totally hit rock bottom, but we are on the way up. And so we want to make sure we keep that message of hope alive. We are #KC Strong. We are stronger together when we bind together for a purpose. And that unifying purpose is to make sure that we protect this institution at all cost. This institution that we call Knoxville College is one that must remain and stand for another 145 years. To be open for other generations of children who in this day and age still face the repercussions of racism and prejudice. We think that these things have disappeared, but they are still here. So we must continue to be vigilant and be on the front line to fight for what we know is right. And so at Homecoming 2020, you're going to hear more about this. And we want to welcome not only our golden graduates from the class of 1970, But if you were a graduate from 1970, 1960, 1950, 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010, and we also want to honor our 25-year class this year, the class of 1995. We want to welcome you home this year. So please mark your calendars for October the 11th through the 18th. If you can't come for the whole week, we want to at least see you Thursday through Saturday. We're going to open up homecoming with church and prayer. We're going to end homecoming with church and with prayer. So we don't want you to just come and sit down to party and eat. We want you to come with a purpose of hearing about what your school is doing and how you can help make a difference. This is what John F. Kennedy said in his most famous quote, when he said to ask not what America can do for you, but what you can do for your country. At the same time, I'm asking that same thing. Not what Knoxville College can do for you, is what can you do to help your alma mater? Because it needs your help. And so as we move throughout this year, we're going to see some new things coming up. We're going to have some new people coming on board. We're having new fresh ideas. And we are spurring this college. Another movement that I want to put into place is an ambassador program. We know that we have ambassadors for this college in every city. But I want to know, are you willing to be a network of ambassadors to help spread the message of Knoxville College? And so I'm looking to start this new ambassador program. And if you are interested in becoming a KC ambassador, please send me an email to klindsey@knoxvillecollege.edu and let me know that you want to be on board. Probably sometime during the month of June, I will meet with you and talk with you more about what this program will entail. But please know, we want you to be involved. You know, I'm going to ask our alumni chapters out there across this country to do something different for Knoxville College. It's something that's outside of the box. But at this point in time, we must think outside of the box. And so this is what I'm calling for our alumnus and our friends to do. And so as we begin our second renovation, which is Wallace Hall, we have completed our first phase of our project. We're now moving towards our second phase, which is working on our interior to clean that building out. Phase 3 will be fixing our exterior. We are making progress. So when you come in October, you will see this progress. You will see how your faithfulness is being rewarded. This is a trying time in our nation's history. This virus has taken the lives of our friends, family members. We have seen the sting of this. We have seen the sting of death in our Knoxville College family, both near and abroad. And so my prayers go out to you. My prayers go out to your families to please be safe during this time. To please protect yourselves. To please gird and just be careful as you travel out on these streets. This virus is not just a problem in the United States. It is a worldwide epidemic. It may not go away in the next few weeks, but please know that eventually this storm will pass. But we must hold on and do what we need to do at this moment. It is a faith journey. It is a faith walk. And so we know that there is some fear that will come. But we must know that, like any storm, it will pass. Knoxville College has weathered storms, not because of the people who have been in place, but because this is God's school. He has ordained this school and He is sustaining this school. So even though we may see and feel like we're going through a rough patch, just like this coronavirus, know that this storm will pass. And so it is the faith that I have in this office as your interim president It is the faith that I want to instill in you. It is the faith that I want you to go and tell other alumni all about. And so maybe sometime also before the end of this month, I would love to have, a conference call with all the alumni that may not have access, to social media or to the internet. But I want everyone to hear this voice and to hear this message. And so I will work on that, to have that done. And I want to personally talk to you about what we are doing. And so be encouraged, be inspired, be reignited, be re-energized, be rejuvenated by what is occurring at Knoxville College. We were given a moniker. They called us the Fighting Seventh in the state of Tennessee. And so that is a slogan that I will take with me, to know that we will fight. And when the fighting, and when it gets too cold and the ice starts to form, that's okay. We're still going to fight on the ice. We're going to continue to fight back the negativism, to fight back the people who just feel like there is no more relevancy for this HBCU. It is a death sentence that I do not claim, because I know that we are not here to be afraid. That spirit we don't have. He's given us a spirit. God has given us a spirit of joy, of gladness, of confidence. Those are things that we must claim if we are to rebuild this institution. So as we go throughout this turbulent time, my prayers are with you. And I pray that God be with you, that He sustains you, and that He keeps you. And that God continues to bless His institution that we affectionately call Knoxville College. And may He also bless this great nation that we have during these most uncertain times. So once again, if you need anything, you have questions, please feel free to reach out. I will try to respond to those questions to the best of my ability. Reach out through your alumni chapters. Talk with KCNA President Treadwell, for he and I talk often about this regeneration and this rejuvenation and this unheralded collaboration that we are doing to help restore and sustain this college, not just for today, but for the future. So as I leave you, please keep those things in mind. Please know that we are here, that we're continuing to serve you, we're continuing to serve our students and our community. Bless you all, and thank you so much.